I'm Drew, I'm that frog guy, and today we're coming at you from the reptile room with the reptile room video. It's kind of late, I haven't been doing very many videos, and I'm finally back with another video. So let's get started on the, I guess it's May's reptile room video. So bear with me, I haven't done this in a while, and we're going to gloss over the saltwater tanks since we just did a mini on them. But we'll spend a little more time with some of the other tanks, and then hopefully, I was on vacation, so I kind of didn't have as much time to do this stuff, and we were getting prepped, and I just... let's take a break from YouTube for a couple weeks, but I gotta get back into it for you guys. We gotta get started, so let's get this video started. And I'm shaking my hand everywhere, I don't care. We'll start with the tank right behind me, so see you in a second. Everybody, nothing much has changed besides we got plenty of hungry fish in this tank. We got zebra danios, we got black mollies, we got neon tetras, and shrimp. I did notice that there's a autosynclus cat there. I know there's other things hiding around in this tank, but they are really good hiders, like all these little cherry shrimp. Look at them all. Look at them all. Look at that guy right there. Oh, this phone's focusing good today. Look at them all. There's so many cherry shrimp. And then they're just kind of chilling out there too. Come on, focus. This is a 30-gallon planted aquarium with some of the plants from Pennywise, or not Pennywise, Floki's old tank. And it's a 30-gallon tank with a stand. But we'll jump over to the next tank because they are all hungry as hungry can be. We'll gloss over these ones quick. This is the 20-gallon saltwater tank. As you guys can see, we got some of our normal people in here. We got some coral that's doing well. This guy's gonna start attaching to that rock there, so that'll be interesting. This guy's doing okay, he's starting to come back, and the urchin decided to knock this guy over on the way through, and then there is the blenny. Down in this tank we have Bandit, who just darted by. Bandit is a 4-line damselfish, and he's also a 20-gallon. I have a new vision for this corner. I'm going to do a 60-gallon maybe, or a large 40 with a sump. That's going to come out a little farther, maybe have it in the corner. And then that will be my main saltwater tank. I'm sick of having, so many little saltwater tanks. I'm going to keep Pennywise separate, but these 3 tanks here might get combined into one. I haven't decided. Also, look at this tank. Look at those plants. If anyone knows what these plants are, let me know, because they have just taken over, like, in a couple weeks. You can see my moss is still growing, but this... whatever this is, I mean, I still get baby shrimp, so I'm not too worried, but I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is, and it's taking up all my viewable real estate. And we can look at this tank while we're down here. Just the 2.5-gallon tank. I had to unplug the back pump because it was overflowing, because it's too powerful, because the other one was shocking me, so that was fun. We'll jump up to our betas tank, or betas. This here is Chromium. He is a placat dragon scale beta, so pretty looking. Named after the magic card Chromium. Also by his just color, he looks pretty cool. But we won't bug him too much. He really misses Floki. He used to show off all the time. Now he's kind of lonely. So I will be getting another beta eventually in Floki's old tank. I'm going to start scaping that eventually. I just haven't had the time, but now that it's getting closer to spring and summer, I can collect more rocks and gravel and start working on a good scape. So this will have another tank. We'll jump up to our Mud Minnows tank named E.T. He's like a beta, but not really. His tank is doing pretty good. He's in a 10-gallon tank. I moved some of Floki's plants here, and they're actually doing pretty good. Got a snail. Snail buddy. Snail buddy. Bunch of snail buddies all over. And then whatever this moss stuff, it might be related to the moss ball, has just... I've decided to grow it as a tree, so that's kind of fun. But we won't spend too much time there. Then we got the shrimp tank, which is full of feeder shrimp and snails. And some tiny little cherry shrimp, but mostly just ghost shrimp here. Glass shrimp, or whatever they're called. And then we got some plants left over from Floki's old tank that are doing well in here. So that's good. Then we got the Fire-Bellied toads tank. We got one plant left over from Floki, but there is Fire-Bellied right there. They're getting bigger. Bigger and bigger by the month. They're They haven't really fully changed color yet, and but that's about it. There's still, I would say, about 20 of them hiding in and out around in this tank. They're starting to get less skittish, which is kind of cool. You know, look at that guy right there. Eventually I'll get some good video of these guys, but they're still starting to get used to me. They're getting a little bigger. They're slow growers, I'm surprised. We'll jump over to the next tanks. Here we have a really low water tank for B. Here we go. B is a painted turtle. Say hello, B. Focus. Not even a year old yet. She is just trying to run. Okay. Don't run into a rock. Sorry, B. I don't do that often, actually. I hardly ever pick her up, just because. But I need to get her so she's not so afraid of people. And then in this tank we have some Santa Isabellas, which one just hopped right there. There should be 4 of them in here, though I've only seen a max at 3 at a time. They're in here for sure somewhere. But we'll jump down to the bottom tank. Ooh, bucket behind me. Here we have the spring peepers, which you can see it's starting to overflow and I need to do another drain. They have been calling once in a while, since it's that time of year for them. But I have not got a good sight of them calling. They usually stop by the time I get in here. They're in here somewhere. I need to trim this one like crazy, but I'm thinking a lot of these smaller tanks I want to upgrade to Exoterra style tanks, just because it's so hard for my backup people to feed these tanks. With the lids like this and like that and like that, it's just a little too much. Here we have the tank behind me is full of 3 dart frogs. They're Radis, which, as you guys can see, has grown in immensely. This is my 30-gallon long tank, and they generally hang down in this area here. We'll see if we can see one. There's one. There is 3 of them in here, but they don't seem to come out, well, mostly because this tank is so overgrown. You can see not much for me to see, but they're hiding in here somewhere. Tortellini's out. Hey, Tortellini. Tortellini is a Slicata tortoise. He's doing good. He's getting way bigger. I'm excited to take him out this year. You know, get him outside. You can see how big he is compared to my hand. He's bigger than my hand. He was so tiny when we first got him, living in a 10-gallon tank, and now he just poops like crazy. Oh, that's nasty. Spoiler warning. I'm just kidding. And in here we have the Salamanders. I did just see them when we before we left, and they were both out that night. Technically 4 in the morning. They were both roaming around, which is kind of cool, but I don't see them that often when I'm trying to see them. We'll jump down to Gitrog's tank, named after the magic card Gitrog monster. He's a big old frog. Pixie frog. He's not happy. Well, he's kind of sleepy. Oh, my backups fed him like crazy, so he's had the life just getting filled full of food. And in here, we're jumping over to another tank. Doing this quickly, guys, sorry. Over here we have our central toads. There's one there. That one is named Littlefoot. Don't know where his buddy is at. Somewhere in here. Probably in that hole. He usually hides down in that hole. But we'll jump our way up to... There he is. This is Molderina, or Molder, or whatever we're going to call it from now on. Is a Interantium intermedius. And then here we have Blue. And since it's not feeding time, Blue is hiding somewhere. Blueberry. Babe, there he is. Oh, he disappeared. He was down the bottom. And then in this tank here we have Scully. Zoom in on her. She's doing good. We've separated the 2, so they're in their own tanks now. And then in here we have one of the gray tree frogs. I know the second one's in here somewhere, but that one's sitting nice and pretty. Very pretty. I don't know where the other one's at though. We'll jump over to this tank, which is our last dart frog tank. This is Mulder and, or not Mulder and Scully. This is Thaddeus and Tatalina. I can barely tell them apart since they're very close in size. They're probably both males, honestly, which is fine. They don't fight. They're pretty quiet. This is a 30-gallon hex that we did a custom background for, so if you want to see how I did that, check out some of my older... Ooh. You think I'm feeding you. Hey, buddy. I love the color on this Azurius. Azurius auratus tinctoris powder blues, for those who care. Up here we have Casey's tank. Casey is an East African spiny-tailed lizard, and he's hiding in his log there. You can kind of see his little face there, right hiding in there. But he does not like to be filmed. We know this. You can check some of my other videos. I do have pictures on my Instagram and Facebook and on the webs or on the YouTubes. In here we have what's her name? Medusa. We have Medusa. She's in here somewhere. Honestly, she's probably up underneath her rock. She's in blue right now, so I don't know how well we'll see her. Sometimes she just fed today too, so she might come out. She's probably gonna hide. That wasn't fully latched. We'll move our way over to this area, which we have our mother of dragons, Khaleesi the bearded dragon. She's doing good. She's going on, what, 2 years now? You're going on 2? And then here we have Alfredo. He is a ball python. He is a albino ball python. And then lastly we have Cersei up here. Well, not lastly, we have a couple more to go. We have Cersei up here. She is a pinstripe ball python, and she just looks a lot happy. But it is getting closer to feeding time, so they are looking at me like, food, food, food. See? It's okay. No food. No food today. You're gonna get fed though, soon. Ball pythons are pigs, for those who don't know. And then in here we have Freddie's tank. We did some reworking, and he is hanging out here. What are you doing in the corner, buddy? First good shot of his belly. His tank was pretty fouled, so I ended up redoing it for him. Since now everything's thawed out, I got some lake rocks and some moss and stuff to help with the filtration in this tank, and we'll see how that goes. That tank has nothing in it, but I'll do a nice shot of the plant growth. Not much happening. This light isn't very strong, but there's stuff happening in a little bit. And then lastly, we have Pennywise, who's hanging out over here. I haven't cleaned the glass in a while. I want to leave some food for the snails to eat. But this is my last tank in this room. It has a sump thing. And just for the sake of those, I have so much, what do they call it, chaetomorpha in there. It's ridiculous. I'm going to have to get rid of some here soon. So we'll keep that in mind before I go to my local fish store, which I will unload some maybe there just because I grow it like crazy. I am surprised. There's a big snail in the back doing some work. All the corals seem to do pretty good for me, which is good. At first they were doing horrible. But yeah, that is pretty much the reptile room, guys. I did a kind of a quick video here today, and just wanted to let you guys know that I'm not like falling off the face of the world. I am still here. I just went on vacation and needed some break. Oh yeah, this is kind of fun. My large potted plant in the center of the room. I just need a little bit of extra time to myself to kind of recoup and start working on the channel again, getting reinvigorated for it. So next goal is, just to recap, we're going to add another beta here, maybe a female. Oh, what's wrong with you? Stirring up tank. Over here we're going to maybe increase the size of these tanks to one big tank, maybe a corner unit, I don't know yet. I did tell you the story how that fell, right? That's why it's kind of ugly. If I pull that off, it'll leave a nice mark on the wall. I don't want to do that to my walls. But look how big this anemone is there. It looks so pretty. And then we found another one. One of the other ones that disappeared is hiding up in that hole. He was out earlier. So that's kind of fun. And there's a little bit of growth there. And stuff's growing, stuff's working. It's going to be a while, but I'm liking these tanks, and hopefully I can make a big one there. And this tank might get a makeover sooner than later. I haven't decided. This tank's going to stay pretty much the same for a while. This is going to get another big trim. I trimmed this side down, but I need to trim that side down. Tortellini's gonna get a new tank eventually. Kiddie pool. He's gonna become the floor denizen over there. He's gonna be a big kiddie pool, which will be kind of fun. And then Beatrix will move into this here probably, and then we'll have that shelf free. I do want to say, if my wife's watching, she's gonna be mad at me, but I want to get a couple more dart frogs. So I'd like to get a couple more of the smaller species here and here once we move B out of this area. And then we'll upgrade some tanks and some lighting, which I really need to do some new lighting in this place. And it's all about budgeting, guys. All about budgeting. When you have $400 electric bills, it's all about budgeting. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I have some other videos for those who video ideas in the works. I just haven't had the time or really the drive lately. It's been kind of just tiring to do YouTube. But yeah, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. I have a whole bunch of plans for this summer, so woo! Okay. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. You have a good day.